Shalom, shalom to the brethren. What up to everybody else? What up, Aki?
Shalom, shalom, dear family.
How's everybody doing tonight? All praises. Forgive us for our tardiness. We just had some things going on, trying to get everything together. All praises to the Most High for that. We thank the Most High for y'all being here tonight. Can't complain, man. How's everybody day going? How was your day, my brother?
It was chill. Some private dialogues on the side and things of that nature. Was looking over some things in First Thessalonians that I thought was nothing real revelatory, but just the interesting perspective uh, of Scripture because we don't look at suffering the way that they looked at suffering, and so they counted it joy, like to go through the persecution that they were going through to get the message of Christ out. And so just
Yes, sir.
the attitude that they had, like Paul was like, man, I couldn't forbear no longer. So I sent Timothy. When I found out that you all were standing in the faith, it made my joy complete despite my suffering. I'm in
Yeah.
prison, but I'm still rejoicing for the Most High over your steadfast.
Uh,
I'm like, we got a long
What
way
he
to
said,
go to be built like
he
them.
quoted David there, man. He said, I bless the Lord at all times.
Yeah, man.
And his
Yeah,
praises shall continually be in my mouth.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
when,
where he got that from.
yeah, like when Moray was talking about when he was talking about joy, like Paul was living in that place of joy where it's like
Yes.
I'm going through. I'm telling the truth of this gospel. I'm kicking. We call what we talking about the truth, but they was kicking the truth. You talk about Christ
Yes,
and
sir.
them redeeming us back to the Father. So for them that had the temperament they had, especially during that time where I mean, you got killed just for even people accusing you of thinking you was going against Rome. So yeah, different times, bro. Different
Yes,
times.
sir.
Yeah. But how are you, my big brother? How are you? I mean,
Facts, man.
this is what the pesky one was doing. How was the big brother doing?
Man, it was a blessed day today, man. It went by pretty fast, man. All
Amen.
praises, man. It was a good day, man. This is a good day, man. Just been on this new journey, man, and just some things that's transpiring. Uh just trying to get some things where I need to be, and it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Once you
sir.
put when you put the boots to the ground and do what you got to do, you see
Yes,
things
sir.
start to happen.
Yeah.
All praises, man. Just speaking different to my mind, speaking different to my circumstance, speaking different to everything. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Speaking different, man. Speaking life. The affirmations are totally different now.
Mm,
Hallelujah. Everything is
yeah.
totally different. The way I talk, the way I see it. Hallelujah. The way I experience it
Amen.
now is totally different. Just have some desires and some things that I'm going after. And I'm put, I say this, man, and I say this with all love, no disrespect to no one, but I prioritized so many people before I prioritized myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I started to notice certain things. And I said, let me prioritize me.
Yeah.
Let me put me in a little bit of because I want to do what I need to do for the most high. So I got to do this. I got to get here. I got to get there. It's got to get done. So I
Yeah.
started to taking that time to the self, just pushing. You got to talk
Yeah.
to yourself. You got to speak to yourself.
You
You got
got
to
to.
command you. You got to command yourself. And I
But
thank
be,
the most high for the newness of life, man.
but you know what's crazy with you saying that? That's Israel as a whole. That's is and what I mean by that is we talking about salvation. We over here destitute as a people. No sense of who we are. Got all kinds of false doctrine, religion, and debauchery all over us. And the first thing that we'll say is, "But what about the other nations?" Like, huh? It don't
God,
make
God,
sense. It don't make
man,
no,
come on.
we can't until we get delivered.
Yeah.
We can't deliver nobody. The other nations going to have to take care of themselves until we get fixed.
It's crazy because to me that's a victim mentality.
Exactly.
That's to me that's a victim mentality.
Hmm.
The Most High is saying this to us, but we worried about what the other nations are saying.
Yeah. Or what
We
they
can't
going through.
exactly. We can't get this right over here, and our people are suffering. Our brothers are suffering. Our women are suffering. Our kids are suffering. But yet still we still pointing out everything else. We got dope fiends sitting in the congregation. They might
Man.
not look like it, but they hooked on pills. They hooked on medicine. They hooked on all these things. and they sitting right here amongst us. We got thieves right amongst us. We got
Man.
fornicators, adulterers, sexual perversion right amongst us. But we and we don't want to call this out right here, but we want to call out everybody else.
Yeah.
What about us? You know, don't turn and repent and hope the Most High leave a blessing.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Man, I go off on that, man, right there.
Yeah.
Because I love our people. I love the people of the Yasharel, and we can do much better. We can do so much better. It's like we know the scriptures, but we don't perform them.
Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
don't perform them. We know it. We can talk it all day long. We can precept you to death all day long. We can precept you to death, but we not walking in none of what we precept. Where's the love of the brethren? Where's the love for our sisters? Where's the edification for our children? Huh? Where is it? But we quick to say, Kwame Yasharella, oh, praise to the Most High. We Barakatah, we holler all that. But where's the action to it?
That's 1 Corinthians 13.
And 1 Corinthians 14 tell us what we really listening to. Hallelujah. But I'm sorry, y'all didn't mean to go on a tangent. Oh,
hey, I wasn't stopping you. Go ahead, dude.
Praise to the Most High. I got to complete the mission, bro. I got to complete the mission.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah. Oh, man. Thanks for everybody for coming out to One Flesh. We appreciate you. This is me. I'm the co-host, Elder Sukkah Ben Maccabees, and this is my co-host, Elder Yehukanan Ben Yah. We just thank y'all for coming. We thank y'all. Listen, we need y'all to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Invite other people to the channel. You know, other people that you know that want to be married, want to get an understanding. If they are already married, they need a better understanding. This is what we're here for. This is what we hear. The Most High has given us an understanding. You know, and I'll tell you this quick story. My wife passed away in 2020. You know, I thought I was a decent husband. I was a good husband. You know, I feel, you know, and my kids tell me that to this day. And I asked a question after my wife died because I started getting understanding on marriage a few months after she passed. And I'm like, why is this downloading in me like this? You know, and I asked Most High, why are you telling me this after she died? I said, why are you telling me this after she died? So now I have a mandate to say what he's given us, what he's given me to give to the people. And I'm gonna tell you, like my mother taught me. She called me Werrell. Werrell, I'm not gonna give you my opinion, son. You gotta wait for that. You gotta wait, son. Just wait on the Most High. She said, I'm only gonna give you my experience and the word.
Right.
I'm only gonna give you my experience and the word. I said, wow.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Is it because primarily when you talk about, because you're right, like when you lost Linda, then the Most High called her home. When you lost Linda, then it's like something just quickened in you. Now, the word talk about Christ growing in wisdom through the things that he suffered. Do you think that it was because of the suffering of that loss that made you have a great appreciation for the union? Shout out to the chat, man. I'm seeing mad.
Hey, go ahead and do the chat. We'll come back to that question.
Let me shout the chat real quick. I see some people in the chat. But shout out to the brother Thomas Fisher up in the chat. Thank you for fellowshipping with us, Shalom. Sister Tracy, Sister Soldier up in the chat. The good brother, Brother Briggs is up in the building. If you have not subscribed to his channel, please do. We got the Sister Tasha with the precepts. Oh, that when we talking about precepts, Sister Tasha, we're definitely not talking about you. This is funny. My man, 50 grand right here. My man Billy, I'm gonna go with the fake name he gave me. It's Billy Ray Valentine. That is not his name, but he's one of my brothers from college. He's one of my brothers from college. I love this brother with my breath. That's my man right there. I ain't gonna say what I could say. You know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna do that to you. My dear sister Judith up in there. We just got out the phone with Sister Judith. I love this sister. I love her spirit. Hey, you know what? She 100% her. Unapologetically, you ain't got to wonder about Sister Judith. She not fake. She not fake at all. And you know what? I'm gonna say this with Sister Judith. I'm gonna say this, and it's not too many people. You know how when we play football, right? The coach said, if you be wrong 100 miles an hour. Don't be wrong and not hit anybody. That's what he would tell us every play. Sister Yuta, she go hard, but her intentions is always from a good place. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
All day
Like,
long.
you know what I'm saying? She like one of those, she may not know everything or understand everything, just that and third, but she always is going to come from a place of passion, authenticity, and realness. And so it's easy to work with somebody like that because she ain't got no mask. She like, no, this is me. And if she don't agree with you, she don't mind telling you. And I respect that. So shout out to the dear sister. I enjoyed our conversation today and our fellowship with you. Shout out to you. We got who was that? Oh, Herman Scott. Maybe somebody you know, Soup.
I don't know. Might do. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Shout out to the
Shout out
brother.
to Yaki.
I'm gonna say shout out to you, brother Herman Scott. Indeed, indeed. Hey, is it the governor up in the spot?
Agent Z.
Agent Z up in the spot all day long. Agent Z up in the spot. What's up with you, bro? But with that being said, man, yo, let's get into this, Soup, man, because I know we're supposed to be. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about today, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. It's just to your answer to your question is, I remember that morning that I got the call.
Mm-hmm.
It was I was between 10 and 11, something like that, 11 and 12, because I had talked to her early that morning.
Yeah.
And they called and told me she passed. The first person I called was Gene, was my moray. I called him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all praise to the Most High. I'm in a place where I can talk about it comfortably.
Mm.
And, but when I got off the phone with Gene, the first thing I said was I asked the Most High to wrap me up and tie me up in his word.
Yeah.
First thing I said, I didn't cry, but when I got on my knees right by the bed, and on my side of the bed, I said, Father, I just need you to wrap me up and tie me up in your word. I cannot afford to feel this right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I said that, I was thinking about my children.
Mm.
And then everybody else know what happened after that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And they found out, and we had to go through what we had to go through. But months later, I started getting these downloads, start getting these understandings and certain things he was saying to me about it. And I asked him a question. I said, Abba, why am I getting this understanding now? After my wife is gone, never got an answer. Never got an answer. But as I go on and I started studying about certain things, and I started just praying and fasting and seeking the Most High, and really pushing on into the Word and pushing on into what the things He has for me.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what marriage is now versus what I went through, wishing I would have had more info like this now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just wishing I would have had more info like this now. The understanding that we have now.
Yeah.
Not saying it would have prolonged her life or anything, but we could have been much better. It wasn't like we weren't good, but we could have been better.
Could have been better, yeah.
We could have been better.
My fault. Go ahead.
No, we just could have been. We could have been better, bro.
Mm-hmm. And I guess that's when you talk about the wisdom aspect, like growing into that, because now there's a wisdom that you talk about, or a wisdom that you come from a place of understanding that, in a sense, it seemed like it just grew out of that loss, grew out of that pain. Yeah,
it did. It did. It did. It grew. It definitely did. It definitely did, man.
Is it because do you think having, because it's one thing, like for me, my wife is here, and I try to be sensitive to what you deal with. I know me, Mo Ray, we all talk about that. I try to be sensitive to what you deal with, because do you think it's because now there is a greater appreciation for what she may have brought to the table, or to what is the Most High was trying to do through you all as a couple? Like, what do you think, in a sense, was like contributing factors to this?
Man, he knew I had a hunger for him.
Yeah.
And I've always had a wanting to know more about marriage. Wanting to know about what it really is for us. What does it really mean for us to be married? And a lot of people don't have the understanding, but I learned through some mistakes after my wife was gone. I learned through some hardships, some pain, to appreciate waiting on the Most High. waiting on the Most High now. I stress that to my daughters. I stress that to some of my brothers we talk to. I
Yeah.
said, man, I said, a lot of folk don't understand. That's why I had, if you look on the title, I had the oven on there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I had the oven on there. And
break it down, bro.
Yeah, the oven, man, the oven process, it's not the microwave.
Exactly.
And I tell you, this is how I got this concept. I was at Imam Mickey's house. And we're talking, and the Most High began to deal with me on some things, and he told me about the oven, and I got the thing on the oven process. You know, I remember what the old folks used to do. They had microwaves and they had ovens, but they used to tell me, boy, put this plate in the oven and put some paper towels over it, or put some foil over it. This is what they used to tell me. I said, but I'd be like, but Big Mama, we got microwave right there. Boy, I don't want that. I don't want nothing in that thing. I'm like, well, why did you buy it? I'm like, in my head, why did you buy the microwave? And then I found out when it was broken down to me. In the microwave, you put a dinner in there. You put a whole dinner in there. One side is cold when you get it. The other side is medium, and the other side is real hot, and it feels like it's hard as clay. So the microwave never cooks your meal the right way. You're getting stuff that, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to fix through it and pick through the cold part and try to mix the cold with the hot. So with that oven, he said, son, baby, put that in that oven, put it on 45 minutes, and and leave that foil over it, and come back and get it. And when she come back and get it, it's super hot and it's cooked all the way through. Nobody wants to jump in the oven no more because nobody wants to wait the time.
Say that again.
Nobody wants to jump in the oven because nobody want to waste the time. Everybody wants stuff quick and fast. We want it microwavable. We want you to be done as a husband in 1 or 2 minutes. We click on 1 or 2 minutes. We expect you to be done as a husband. We put 1 or 2 minutes. We expect you to be done as a wife. It doesn't work like that.
So, to the point, set up a lot here. You got an interesting title, and I know we had an interesting talk last week. I want to know, based on this oven, the thumbnail with the oven and everything like that, let's put the question to the floor. Why do we want to get married? Because we want to get married.
Yeah.
Why do we want to get married? Those that are married, why did you want to get married? You know, definitely please engage in the chat. You know, why do we want to do this?
Are you asking me the question?
I'm getting it right to the topic. The sister, the boy, she on with it. Gotta take time, long suffering. What is born? Okay, to the point. We can't have microwave shake and bake mentality when it comes to marriage. It's work. It's work. But let me you picked this topic for a reason, bro. Let
me put this to you.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't want to work. A lot of people don't want to put the work in. We have dumpster fires after 1 month or 2 months because I said something you don't like or you said something I don't like. Do you know when you get married, there's going to be disagreements? There are going to be disagreements. There are going to be misunderstandings. But you don't. But the thing is, that's why we study the word and we sit before the Most High before we come to. Oh, I want that. I do.
You said before.
Oven.
You said before.
Before, most definitely before.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to that point. Go ahead. We're going to come back.
No, we don't want to sit in the oven, man.
Yeah.
We want to come out a half-baked turkey, man, and try to give it to the woman. And she gonna choke on it. Or try to give it to the man. A half-baked turkey. One side is cooked, the other side is raw, but we want you to eat it anyway. We want you to eat it anyway. Go ahead, brother.
My fault. The reason why I'm saying like we had to come back to that point because you're right. Before we get married, so I'm seeing in the chat, Sister Deborah says something powerful.
Yes, sir.
She said, "I wanted to be covered by the Most High," and she references right, exactly. She said, "Apostle."
I like that, Sister Deborah. I like that.
She said, "Apostle Paul said it's better to marry than to burn." I was shot. Was it shacking? And that burns me up. There's a wisdom. Yeah, we got to talk about that because there's a wisdom with life. I'm not saying that we just don't, live together out of covenant, but that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, she said I was shacking and fornicating as a Christian, but I believe what the word says about marriage, covenant, and family.
Yes,
So yeah, yeah. And the
exactly.
brother Pusher said he wanted to get married to have his rib. And I feel that part right there, brother
Yeah,
Future.
definitely, man.
Yeah. But
Definitely.
you picked this title, my brother. What is
Listen,
the impetus behind? And you put it in all caps. What's up with that?
I got
What's
a
up with
habit
that?
of doing that, man. When I feel something, I got a habit of doing that, man.
Or why you feeling it? Tell them why you
Yeah,
feeling it, my brother.
because marriage is special to the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a shake and bake. It's not a drop your drawers and we'll try it out.
Man.
It's a covenant. It's a covenant agreement before Yahweh. It's a covenant agreement before Him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
covenant. Listen to me say it one more time. It's a covenant. It's a berith. It's a covenant before Him. It's a mutual agreement, established agreement to become one before the Most High.
So I gotta jump in. So what you saying, my brother? So what you saying? In other words, you gotta want the most high before you even want a partner.
Come on, man.
I mean, that's
Come
what
on.
you said. I'm going by what you saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You know why I
Mm-hmm.
say that, bro? This is why I say that.
Why you say that, my brother?
Because the world still influences Israelites with the
Mm,
body first
mm.
and know Yah second.
And what?
And know Yah second.
Know him second. Now, to the point, there's precedence. I got to kick back a little, but I know where you're going. I got an idea where you're going, but I got to kick back.
Yes, sir.
In the word, Rebecca was pleasing to Isaac's sight.
Yes.
You know, so I know, as far as we as men go, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, when I saw my wife in college, you know, I don't know if my man's still on, but when I saw my wife in college, I didn't see her personality.
Exactly. We just talked about that. We just talked
Yeah,
about that.
she
Yeah.
was
But let
looking
me clarify.
still
So you,
looking good. So,
yes,
but go
sir.
ahead.
Let me clarify what I mean because
Hmm.
a lot of us still have the ways of the world and the mindset of the world.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So we coming in judging by just we have to know this word first. Is the reason I
Yes,
say
sir.
that. If you're going to lead a house, you have to know this word.
Hmm.
You have to know this word. So when you come in, I know you want a woman. You just seen that, and you done heard the scripture, you done heard all that. But take your time,
Mm.
get to know the Most High,
Hmm.
develop talks with Him, so Him and the Mashiach can come and make their abode with you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then you'll have the wisdom you need to lead a house. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
You'll have the wisdom to lead a house, to
Hmm.
guide the house, to speak to the house. Believe me, it takes time. Marriage is a work. When two people come together from two different backgrounds, two different areas. My wife was 1,000 miles away from me in Ohio. I was in California. I was still a work undone, but I knew this
Hmm.
word and I was developing and I'm working. And the Most High put me with the right family. Hallelujah. He put me with the right mother, the right
Hmm.
brothers, the right father, you know what I'm saying, the
Hmm.
right sisters. And I developed even into a better man. I learned to slow down. When I came to Ohio, I was a raw dude. I still had that gangster in me. I still had that rough talk. I had all these rough edges. And
Hmm.
everybody was supposed to be around. I go ahead, man. You gotta calm down. You gotta do this. You can't speak like that. From my brother to my mother. You know what I'm saying? My
Hmm.
mouth had got me in trouble because I was rough around the edges. I talk rough. I talk hard. You know what I'm saying? And there was things I couldn't do that to my wife. So after I
Right.
got out, my wife, folk be like, "So you ain't gonna say nothing?" No, man. I'm trying to change the atmosphere or something. I learned to talk different. I learned to be
Hmm.
different because the people around me were the ed. They were the Sanders that groomed me and taught me. My mother taught me. My father taught me. My Moray taught me. My brother Ben
Hmm.
Yah taught me. My sisters around taught me. They gave me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was hard lessons learned.
We
But
was hard
because
on
I
each
love
other.
my wife, I wanted to be better.
Yeah. But to the point of that, so you're talking about what you were before the marriage, and we talked about the impetus of wanting the most high before the marriage.
Yes.
Understanding that from a spiritual to a tangible or practical standpoint, what does that look like we'll go from a male perspective first. What does
Okay.
this look like? Okay, I'm a man. I call myself loving the most high.
Yes.
I desire to be married. From a practical standpoint, what from what you've learned and grown in over time, what do you feel like a man should have in tow or have in place before he call himself step into a shorty?
First of all, how's your emotional state?
Mm, dang.
How is your emotional state really? Are you
Yeah,
still
man.
is the baggage that you keep with you still talking for you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have open
Mm,
wounds
mm,
that you would not let heal? Because if not, they're talking for you. They're speaking for you. They have assimilated to your mind, to your thought pattern. If you don't know it, a lot of people
mm,
have that issue. Are you still lustful? Are you still masturbating?
mm,
Are you still watching pornography?
mm,
Are you working? Are you saving? Do you have children? How are you dealing with your children? We said, what's your goals now? Do you even know your goals? Do you have
mm-hmm.
goals? Do you have a plan set up? Do you have a house in mind to take her to? Do you have these thoughts here? What are you thinking about the future? What are you asking God for to bring a woman to you for? Is it because
Mm-hmm.
your flesh is still alive, or is it because you understand the purpose?
Mm,
I know Paul said it's better than married than to burn, but now that we have clarity and understanding in the deep things of the Most High, is it that all we want? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you, brother, sex gonna wear out,
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
there's gonna be times you can't have sex. Are you still gonna be with that woman? Are you still gonna
Mm-hmm.
love that woman? Are you still gonna
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that woman? Are you still gonna
Mm,
pour into that woman? Because I give you an example of that my wife was severe diabetic, and it was times I couldn't touch her for 2 or 3 months at a time.
mm,
But I was right there in the bed with her. I was right there cleaning her up. I was right there taking care of her. I was right there pouring the peroxide. I was doing everything. Why? Because I loved the woman and I wasn't here just for her body. I was
mm-hmm.
here because this is who he put me with. And this is who I made money with. This is who I made a family with 5 kids. 5 years later, still loved her, still appreciated her, still thought she was the finest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ready for that? Are you emotionally stable for that? Yeah, in the beginning it was like, well, the roller coaster, but hold up, man. Let's settle down, Sue. Let's buckle down. Let's put this seatbelt on both of us, and let's get in here and let's build something. Because I tell you, when you get the right one that knows how to build with you, you're gonna appreciate it. But if you pick the wrong one because of your lust, you're gonna feel devalued. You're gonna feel degraded. You're gonna feel less than a man. You're gonna go through issues. You're gonna start to pull back from her because you're
Mm.
gonna act a certain way. Because why? Everything come with that.
They stay kidnapping people out here, man. I'm sorry about that. But
No, you're good.
to your point, so young Sue, so older Sue. I ain't gonna say old Sue because now I'm in my 50s. I can't tease you about that. But older Sue sees young Sue, says to young Sue, "Yo, here's what you need to have in position. You need
Ah,
to know who you are in the Most High first. What is it that He purposed for you to do,
yes.
and what is it that you want to do, or what is the plan for when you do get married, such as dealing with money, dealing with business, dealing with debt, anything else that old Sook would tell young Sook going into the marriage."
Be more stable.
Mm,
Be
that's the
be
big
more
thing.
be more stable, Sue. I would tell Sue to Sue, be more stable.
Mm-hmm.
Learn to be firm. Learn to be disciplined. Learn to be better with money. Learn to be better attitude.
Mm,
Learn to don't get frustrated and shut off so easily.
mm-hmm.
I would
So
talk
when
to
you
him. Go ahead.
So when you my fault, forgive me for cutting you off because you hitting some great points, and I don't want to move away from those too quickly because we don't talk about these things in depth in Israel like we should. So when you talk about being more stable, give me an example of scripture or an example of somebody who demonstrated that in the text that you felt like demonstrated that being stable, being in position from a
Yes,
male standpoint to take on the responsibility of having a wife, because it's a responsibility.
it is, man. It's very much. And you're supposed to be 100% dedicated to that responsibility.
Hmm.
You know, when you look at our father Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
he was a stable man.
Mm.
He was stable. Because go back and look at when the Most High talked to him and directed him, he moved where he had to go. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he knew what it's like when I look at Abraham, I look at somebody, I look at him like my real father, like, because my father was a stable dude. My father was, when I looked at him, I seen prominence. I seen a man. I seen a
Mm-hmm.
man that had things together. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, Pops, you got all this. You good. You this. You know what I'm saying? And the
So
way
when
he
you say
stood up,
Salaki, but when you say stable, like
yeah,
okay, that's
loaded word.
a generic term. Give me some examples of what that looks like. I'm a young man. Not me per se,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm a
still,
young man. I come across this podcast and I got the OG, the big homie, Suka. He telling me I need to be stable. What does that look like?
stable to me is knowing the direction you're going,
Yeah.
knowing the direction you're going in. Not fighting yourself on certain things, but depending on the Most High, learning to lean on Abba,
Mm-hmm.
learning to lean on Him for real. When I mean trusting Him, I mean truly trust Him. I was put in a position. It was like Leonard's death forced me to trust Him. It wasn't you can't lean this way, you can't lean that way. You have to lean right on me. You got 5 children, Sue. I
Mm-hmm.
I'm your only answer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm the only dependency. I'm your only dependency. And I felt that really. And
Yes, sir.
I had to lean on him with everything to guide me, to lead me. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? When he led me going to Texas, I knew it was him. I came to you before we even talked to Moray.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
already knew the Most High was working, setting things up and moving. He wanted me to trust him. I couldn't. My kids was like, "Dad, why are we going to Texas?" I said, "Man, the Most High. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Most High Yah said we got to go. We got to go." So being stable in Him first,
Yeah.
trusting Him, leaning not to my own understanding, and trusting Him and asking Him, and acknowledging Him. Acknowledging Him. I had a habit of trying to. I had a habit of trying. When I was younger, man, I had a habit of trying to do it all on my own.
Mm.
Trying to do it in my own power. Trying to make it happen. Acknowledging here and there, but I needed to acknowledge in everything. I would have been a lot better in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be stable in when we acknowledge Him. You know, we can't move out of our feelings and emotions. And
Mm.
we as young men, we have a habit of that because we have so much pride. We're so full of pride, and we don't want nobody to tell us nothing, and we think we got it all together. That's not being stable. That's being foolish.
Salakia. And it's something you brought up our father Abraham. He's the perfect example because to your point, is his movement started with
God,
the Most
don't
High. He trusted him. I know the chat is on fire. We got to address some of these comments. But
yeah.
his movement started with the Most High. Like he moved because the Most High said move.
Did he know him?
Huh?
Did he know him when he told him to go?
No, he was learning them. He just knew that he just knew that his father's idols were not it.
My point, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
My point, my brother. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we coming into knowing Him now.
Mm. Mm.
Get to know Him. Get to know Him. It will be so much better once you get to know Him. Once that word becomes alive in you, once that word takes root in you, hallelujah. I could literally shed tears because of the
Mm-hmm.
Most High is so gracious. And I dare not mess it up again. I dare not
Mm.
choose because of what I feel. I have to go by the Ruach HaKodesh. I got to. I done made mistakes that I never will live again.
Mm.
I will not do that again. I will not make the choices on my own whim. I can't do it. Y'all better hear me. Stop making these choices without acknowledging the Most High.
Mm.
You're walking in your own flesh, and it's not good. Folks be like, right? I don't want to commit to nothing without Him okaying it.
Mm-hmm.
I need His approval. I don't care what it looks like. Until He say it, it's just talk. That's how I see it.
Yes,
And
sir.
so I
Yes, sir.
encourage the people to know him, get to know him. You want to know his voice, especially in storms in certain seasons. And what about when you don't hear from him? You're the man in the house. What happens when you don't hear from him? Are you gonna
Mm.
trust him?
Still gotta
What
trust
happens
him.
what happens when your husband don't hear from him? Are you gonna trust him?
That's powerful. I got to jump in on you. I know
Go ahead, Aki,
I
please.
got to jump in when you're saying prominent stuff because now you're Abraham, aka my brother Soup, aka any man out there that's endeavoring to get in this journey called marriage.
Yes.
You stepping out, the father tell you to go to this place. You don't know what it's looking like. You don't know where you going in that place, but yet this is where you are to go. And Sister Deborah is ahead of us, but we got to head there eventually. We got to get there tonight. Hopefully, get there tonight. When she talks
Yes.
about Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they be agreed. But to the place of this man talking to this old suit to young suit,
Yes.
you're in a place where you know you heard the voice of the Most High, and the Most High said to you, "Go to this land, walk the length and breadth of it.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Everywhere you set your foot, I have given you."
Yes.
What does that look like from a young man's perspective? I'm in the joy of the Father, as my brother was talking about last night.
Yes.
If those that are on Google Me, hopefully we'll get it. If you're on chasersoftheway.com, we'll get access to that message real soon. But we're in
Want to
the
hear that?
joy of the Most High. We're in the fence. We're in His will, obeying His word. He
Yes.
hasn't given you no new words, Sue.
Yes.
What does that process now look like when you've gone to where He said go, and now you're there,
Yes.
but you got to make some stuff happen. You got the family, you got the or you got the wife to prepare for. You may not have
Yes.
kids. What does that look like now from a tangible standpoint?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Just take it when we can't. Just take it. I'm gonna put it to you like talking to young Sue. I tell him, man, listen, storms are gonna come, storms are gonna go, but don't act in your feelings and emotions during the storm. Don't be led by your emotions and your feelings during the storm. Because if you go out in a storm and you weren't led to go in the storm, you're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
wiped out.
Mm.
So stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. You might not hear him from him today. You might not hear from him next week, but he gonna answer eventually. Are you obedient to him? Those that wait on the Most High, they
Mm.
what shall.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're waiting, are you praying? Are you fasting? Are you working? Are you encouraging others? I know while I waited, I encouraged young brother. So I need you to be diligent in these scriptures, regardless of what you hear. If there's no new word, keep repeating the same thing that he gave you
Mm-hmm.
until he gives you something new. I've done it. I've done it, son. I would tell him I've done it.
But to the point, and reason why I got to go because you're talking very existentially. What I mean by existentially, you're talking very spiritually. Here's what I want to get at with this,
Yes, sir.
because this is we're trying to have a very powerful dialogue. Shout out to Brother Crenshaw, definitely not being double-minded. Said who else? Somebody said something. Does the stable mean perfect at everything? That's an excellent question, Sister Tracy. That's an excellent. We'll part right there. But to this point, I'll bring up another patriarch, Moses. He's
Yes.
at the Reed Sea or the Red Sea, however you want to pronounce it. He's at the sea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he's at a point. God, you led me here.
Yes.
I got all these people following me.
Come on, because I got an answer for that.
Yeah. Okay. So now, from a tangible standpoint, we can hit it from the scripture. You can finish the story. But from a tangible standpoint, I'm where the Father said be.
Yes.
But there's a big Red Sea in front of me. What does that look like, brother?
And what did he tell Moses?
Come on.
Wherefore thou criest unto me?
Mm-hmm.
Use what's in your hand.
What'd he say?
Use what's in your hand.
Why is that so significant, my brother?
Because we have gifts, we have trades, we have abilities.
Mm.
But we got Christianity in us. What is it? Believe, say it, speak it, and believe.
Mm-hmm.
our faith is obedience. That's what the Israelites' faith is. Your faith has to equal obedience. He told him, use what's in your hand. Moses had something in his hand that could have did it all the time, but he didn't know that until the Most High spoke to him. Y'all got gifts. Y'all have talents. You know what I'm saying? If you married already, put them gifts and talents together. Quit fighting each other. Quit backing out on your wife. Quit backing out on your husband. Sit down and negotiate. Sit down and reason together and use with abilities that the Most High has given you. I had to shed that. Let me tell you why I say that. Me and my wife, I'm a great salesman. I'm an excellent dynamic salesman. I can sell ice to Eskimos and salt to snails. But what I couldn't do was paperwork and accounting and everything else. But that woman came in. I'm gonna take you back. First deal, when I left corporate America, I left corporate America and came in. I started Maximum Legal Centers. And the first deal I got, I knocked it down, and I had to do an invoice. I put this raggedy invoice up. She came in and said, "Baby, what is that?" I said, "This is my invoice. I'm gonna send." "No, you're not. Get up from here." "No, you're not. You're not gonna send this. Get up from here." I was like, "What you mean? This is cool." She said, "Boy, please." And I sat down. This woman corrected all my books. She corrected everything. She made things so easy. But what if I was the one that didn't have the mindset to believe in the abilities and the talents he had? That invoice that I sent would have showed them I wasn't professional. Because I just did it raggedy looking. But I looked at her because I knew she was sharp at this computer. She got down there and we worked the whole thing over, made a logo, did everything. So we got a deal. Let me tell you the blessing in the scripture said, when a man find a wife, he find a good thing and he obtained favor with the Most High. And I'm going to talk about that in a little later on some other time. But the favor that I got, check this out. When she made the invoice, sent the invoice in, the people made a payment the first day for $3,700. Do you know the next day the same check came for the same amount? I was like, they paid us double, baby. She's like, what? I said, I called my man. I said, hey, and we friends on Facebook to this day. Joel Brewer, white boy named Joel Brewer out of Oklahoma.
What up, Joel?
Joel Brewer.
What up, Joel? My man.
He said, I said, bro, you sent me a second check for $3,700. He said, keep it. We're gonna continue to do business. I said, what? I told him. I started to cry. She cried. We started to shout hallelujah. But I wouldn't have got that without the favor of what I had. Who I had.
You had a wife. But think about it. And this is key, what we're talking about, and what Moses is at the Red Sea. The father said, yo, why you ask me what's in your hand?
Come on.
You had something to work with. You're talking about, you said you and you can sell. I know you can. But it was coupled with a rib that where you may not have the organizational skills needed that she had that.
Exactly.
That's the marriage.
That's Shirley Jean. That's Shirley Jean.
Yeah. So she's able to fill in. Yeah, she's able to fill in. She was able to fill in and help increase you and multiply you because you gave the help something to help.
Yes, sir. I had an ability that I was using. She had an ability that joined together, so we used everything together. That's how we coupled with making $600,000 or $700,000 in the first year and a half, 2 years.
So
because
to the
of her
point,
ability.
my fault. To the point of that, you're going back to Young Suit because you found that out on the fly.
Man,
you found it out on the fly. Do you think with proper preparation before the marriage, having these kind of conversations, like what would you go back and you dealing with the shorty, my little cousin Linda, I'll miss her. You're dealing with the shorty, my little cousin Linda. What kind of conversation do you think you would have had with her? Because I know y'all were talking Bible and stuff, little spiritual things, and you probably were flirting with her and all that, But what other conversations would you have had with her that had you known these things coming into the marriage, you would have been able to hit the ground more in the sense of running?
Man, I'd have been planning. I would have been planning and plotting, kept putting things in place.
So that's what I'm saying. What does those conversations look like? Like, give me some specifics. Linda,
So
Linda's a smart girl, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Very smart. So I would have been pushing. I would have been pushing for things that we can do. Listen, baby, you working? I'm gonna be working when I got there. When I get there. So let's put our money together. Let's start to build a pot. You know what I'm saying? If we can have a joint bank account for now, or we can let Pops hold the money, who's good for holding money. We can let my dad hold the money, and let's continue to build on that. We're not gonna do no foolish spending. We're not gonna go out here and buy all this expensive stuff. We're gonna do what we can do. We're gonna try to buy a car at a certain price after we get a certain money. These are thoughts I have now that I could have done there that would have been better. So let's plan and plot. You know what I'm saying? Let's dedicate ourselves to this. We're gonna stay in this word. We're gonna go to the assembly. We're gonna do what we do, but we're gonna do something better. We're not gonna come in there. If we're credit is messed up, we're gonna clean up our credit so we won't have no hindrances. We're gonna work on some things and we're gonna plot and plan together. We're not just gonna come in there and just want to rub bodies together. We're gonna make it happen. Because I know these conversations now, we're gonna make it happen. I don't want to go in here struggling, baby. I don't want to go in here getting food stamps. I don't want to go in here get on no county. I don't want to go in here with all this. I don't want to be begging nobody for money. She already know I don't like to ask for nothing. So so I don't want to go in here doing that. So if we put our minds together and we're planning to be one, and let's start to act it now. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're not together, we're betrothed to each other. So let's put a plan together that we will come out on the outside. We'll find a house. You know what I'm saying? I'll start to live in it. You can come and visit. You can't stay the night. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to tempt each other with that. We're going to go in here. We're going to do it right. We're going to make it happen. We're going to stack our bread. We're going to pay these bills. We're going to put money back. So when we do get married and we come together, we got a nesting egg that we can do some things with. Let's think about what business you are in. This is what I'm good at. This is what you're good at. Let's put our minds together. So if we're going to start a business, let's do this. But we can work until we get to where we can walk away from the business. We got to have a plan. We got to have this. That's why I say you got to acknowledge Yahuwah in all your ways. You got to ask him. Listen, I was telling my daughter this the other day. I said, baby, you get a man. I said, let's say you get a man. And why wouldn't you too ask the Most High? Listen, the Most High can see a second in advance. You're not hearing me. She said, what, Dad? I said, the Most High can see seconds. He can see minutes. He can see years. He can see days. He can see multiple. Why wouldn't you acknowledge him who can see the future?
He know our thoughts are far off.
Exactly. That's why I was telling her, trying to say I would be more acknowledgeable to the Most High to see, because I know now. And I'd be like, man, Abba, which way should I go? How should I do this? How do I deal with this money? You know what I'm saying? I got this lump sum of money. What do I do with it? How do I move with it? How do I make this happen? You know, certain things I need. So show me how to go. You know what I'm saying? Give me favors somewhere. Do this. I want to do this differently. I'm 56, but I still want to do it differently. I still have to acknowledge him. You know what I'm saying? So when I get married again, when I get married again, I want to have that same dedication. So when I tell my young Suka, I'm going to say, listen, man, you got to stick to the script. You got to stick to the script.
Stick to the script.
You got to stick to the script, son.
Stay with the plan.
You're going to bring things in your life. You're going to bring certain situations in your life because your decisions trigger outcomes. And they can be good or they can be bad. That's why it's important that you understand who you're marrying and that this is cool with Abba. I know folk be like, no, you can just get you a good woman. She cool. She got friends. She got no. I need an answer. That's me. I'm saying me. This is me. And I'm saying it's because of mistakes I've made by choosing things by the flesh. So I'm very observant. I'm very well guarded. I'm very well protected of myself because I don't want to make the same thing. I don't want to do the same thing. I want to see the blessing that the Most High have for me with the one that he has for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking him, you know what I'm saying? You told me if I find a wife, I want to find the one that you picked out for me.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I'm saying that for me.
Yeah. I mean, and to your point, and it's like one of those things again, I say this often, we can't frustrate the help. I know when I talk to young people, the first thing I asked them, especially when I was working in the schools, what do you know? Shout out to Brother Crenshaw, no longer being tossed to and fro with everyone. Exactly.
Come on, Aki.
Too many influences out there, and especially when we coming into the marriage. But one of the things that I always say to young people,
Crenshaw, Tony TC, My brother, we got you. I need you on the next on part 2 for this. I want you on part 2 for this, man.
You
I
know
want
we
you to
owe Sister Tracy a
bring your
part
wife.
two.
Huh?
You know we owe Sister Tracy a part two because we're supposed
Yeah,
to
I
do
know. We're gonna come back to that.
it. Yeah,
We're gonna definitely
yeah,
come back to that. Tony Crystal, I need you on part 2. Bring your wife this
yeah,
time. We want a
yeah.
woman's perspective. Go ahead.
And it's crazy because I want to ask from a woman's perspective, but I think we need a woman on stage as far as what's the process of a young woman before she get married coming in because she's the help. And one thing I always ask the young ladies is, what do you know about him? Forget Sister Deborah said up early in the chat, he fine, and all that's stuff that we tend to focus on. Man, so many verses in the chat. Oh my God. Sister Deborah talked about. I know I get distracted by Bible verses. I'm like a gremlin when it comes to that. But we talk about these things that we see how he fine and he got a car, he got this. But I ask the young ladies often, do you know his vision? Because you're called to help. Forget what happens in the bedroom. Forget what he may get on. The fresh. I know my wife liked the fact that I rock Tim's. She from New Jersey. So I totally get that. I rock Tim's, and that was one of the first things she noticed. Forget the fact he got on Tim's. Besides his Tim's, besides the car he may drive, besides his frame or whatever, what do you know about him? Why is it important for the daughters to know about the brother that is stepping to them?
It's good. It's good. A lot of people got, I say it good, a lot of people got facades. A lot of people have facades. A lot of people put up characters. A lot of people do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people put up what they want you to see.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people got masks on.
Mm-hmm. I was guilty.
Yeah, a lot of people got masks on. A lot of people have a mask on.
Let me spit real to what you're talking about. Case in point. I was at Central State, and I was pretty popular at Central State.
Yes, sir.
And going to Central State, frat boy, tried to play football, all this other stuff, known in spades, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I had mask, and it was easy to step to a girl with the mask, and I didn't have to make any real investment. In other words, what I meant by that is I didn't have to tell a woman me. Only thing I had to do was stay behind my mask. If what you showed me you was interested in was you thought I was cute, okay, that's fine. That I know that. I know there's a return on investment there. I can whatever, you know what I'm saying? I can play. Or if you were interested in me because I was in a fraternity, okay, I can play with that. I can hide behind that moniker. I can hide behind the mask. And it was crazy because what would happen is, for so long you hide behind these masks, especially as a man, that it gets comfortable living behind the mask.
Facts.
And honestly, it gets lonely. For me, it got depressing because it was like you have all of this going on. And I will often say, when I would give the testimony, is I was alone, but I was never lonely. I mean, I was lonely, but I was never alone. In other words, I always had company, but I was never building anything. So there was never no fulfillment. I was just doing stuff. Me and my college buddies would get kicks. We were doing stuff for kicks. We in school we called it the jig life. And I was big in the jig life. The question, the concern that I had was I was never building anything. It wasn't until I stepped to a woman and she told me no, and she wasn't interested in my mask, that I started to take my mask off and let her see who I really am. because she told me no. She wasn't interested in my mask. It wasn't nothing like Eddie Murphy coming to America, whatever you like.
Uh,
It wasn't trying to appeal to my mask. It was like, I'm not impressed with you. I was like, what do you mean you're not impressed with me? Like it threw me off because that's
yes,
all I
sir.
was needing.
Yes, sir.
But the one woman that said no or wasn't impressed with me, that was the one I chased.
I hear you, bro. And
Yeah.
I say this to my young sisters. I say this to my young sisters, just like I told my daughter. I said, you will eventually see.
Mm,
And I told my daughter, I had this conversation with her, went back and forth with her for almost 2 years. She was with this dude.
yeah.
And every time she came to me and told me, I said, baby, I've told you this multiple times. The man don't want what you want. You want a
Mm-mm.
man of God, but you're picking a man of the flesh.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a desire. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a desire for the Most High.
Hmm.
And we got to a point where he came to the house one time, and I told him to his face, I said, if Yah is not leading you, you can't lead my daughter. That's how I feel.
Hmm.
I said, if
But
Yah is not
understanding,
leading you, if
but
he's
from
not
a
leading you, go ahead.
but from a I'm sorry, but from because you're right, it's spiritual. But from a spiritual to the natural, transitioning from the spiritual to the natural.
Yes, sir.
Like when we talk about the mask, because I want to get away from the mask, because men are good with masks. For
He had
me,
him.
this what happened with
Yeah.
me. I had to take in order for me to get my wife, in order for Tamika to say yeah to me, in order for her to give me any time of day, I had to tell her some stuff that I didn't
Yeah.
tell a lot of women. I had to tell her about the call on my life. I had to tell her
Yeah.
about where I'm from, who I am, what I went through. I had to be vulnerable. And so when I ask a young lady, what does she know about the man? And then what you find out about the man, now it goes back to what Sister Deborah said, Amos 3:3. Now, do you see yourself helping that? Because when I told my wife, that she wasn't my wife then, but when I told Tamika, it is a call of God on my life, she said, I'm willing to go to church with you and grow. She didn't have a church background, but she was willing. That was honestly what I needed to hear because I what happened? I was open to her about who I really am. It wasn't just, oh, he's Puffy the Alpha or he's Sean the little ladies man or whatever. It was, okay, this is really who I am. I was coming at you with all the freshness. You wasn't impressed. But now this is who I am. And this is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going. Yo, you willing to go with me with this? That's
And
what
I
you talk
said,
about the mask. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
God, I say that. I say this. And being transparent as ever. Vulnerability wasn't my specialty. I,
No
I,
man.
yeah, I struggle with it now because what I've been through, I've become more guarded.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, just knowing that, and not wanting to make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can see certain things and you're not wanting to make mistakes, and when you're harder on yourself as a man, when you come to realize that you have been this route, you've been this route, you don't want to do this no more. You're looking from a lens of being guarded. You know what I'm saying? And being transparent is hard for some men at that point. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to learn to take the mask off. I take it
Mm.
off for the right one all day long. You
For
know what
the
I'm
right
saying?
one. The
For the
right
right
one
one.
is going to work to get you through that. Like when I'm
Exactly.
to the point of why I went through saying all that, the right one is gonna make you work she not gonna buy your BS. Is what I'm saying. Like I can't. I'm just. Hey, bro. I gotta spit it real, man. I ain't saying it. To win points. I'm telling a true story. My wife said no, and I was goofed up. Like, what you mean? It threw me off, and it wasn't until about 2 or 3 different interactions where she finally gave me the time of day to hear me. She would flirt with me, but she was never giving me any play because
I
she
tell
on
you,
that. Go ahead.
being even when married for 20 years, that was one of my struggles.
Mm,
Being born with certain things I just wouldn't talk about because of what I've been through in life. I had that outlook, you know what I'm saying? I had that outlook because for me, I feel like it'll mess with what we're trying to do now. But I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. That's why I'm glad you brought up the question. If old Suit go back to young Suit and tell young Suit some things, it's be more transparent. It's be transparent, but with the right one. Don't just give your pearls to swine. Make sure she take the mask off and make sure you take the mask off.
Yeah.
Y'all do it together. If she's the right one, do it together with her.
Yeah.
Learn to trust. It's hard to trust people. I'm just put it out there 100. When people have used what you told them against you, it's hard to trust them, trust people, even new people. But that's something we have to work on because everybody's different. And we have to fight to not see people the same because our Savior did not see people the same.
Right.
He saw them for who they were. So as we as men wanting to grow in a relationship, we have to be transparent. Pride cannot be embedded us to the point that we don't want to fix things. We don't want to talk about nothing. We want to just bear it. We try to bear it all. No, you're a fool. That's why he said, I made a helper like unto himself. So why are you not going to use yourself? But I say use that, have that right one. That's why I'm so fixed on having the right one. You know what I'm saying? Because the right one, it will roll. I'm not saying you're not going to have issues. Please don't play me for that. It ain't going to always be roses and candy. It's going to be bumps and bruises. See, as you begin to develop with each other and you begin to know each other, and then you learn to not take everything that a woman says personal. Because see, sometimes we don't know what's a shot versus edification. We don't know a shot versus edification. Because, it can happen. I could be so guarded at times. I don't know edification. I'll be there and I'll talk to Abba. I'll be like, help me. I don't want to be guarded with every person when I have a certain kind. I don't want to feel like that. I want to let go to the right person. I want to be able to be transparent with the right person. I got so much I want to share, so much I want to give. I know how to love. I know how to be a husband. Oh, best believe. I know how to do it. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I love that woman and I cared for that woman. I laid in the bed with that woman when she had COVID. I cleaned her up. I washed her up at times when she couldn't do it herself. And I'm not bragging to say this. I'm just telling you this is what love do.
Let me say this, my brother.
Hold on, let me say this. We got love twisted, y'all. Love is an action word. Go look up the word in Hebrew, hahab. Understand what it is. He said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. What's his commandments? He said, love your neighbor as yourself. Love Yahuwah with everything in you, with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. That's an action. Hallelujah. Yeah, that's an action. Are we ready to perform that action to each other? What's the vow that say? For better, for worse? For sick or poor? Are we ready to do that? Are you ready when your woman's body go down? Are you ready to perform that love? Are you ready to perform your duties? Are you still gonna be there when she's sick and you can't make love, or he's sick and he can't make love? Are you ready to get in there? Are you ready to wash him up if he go down? Are you ready to encourage him when he's taking the hard blow? Or are you ready to jet to the door and go?
Let me say this to you, my brother. Let me say this to you. You're gonna be healed.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
All the way. And I mean all the way. Because and we're gonna talk offline about that part. We'll talk offline about that part. But you're gonna be healed.
Yes, sir. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. It ain't even nothing that deep, but I'm saying to you offline off of that. And if you choose to share it later, you share it later. But yeah, we'll talk.
I want to be transparent. See, it's enough privacy in Israel.
Okay, this is what I say.
No, I'm not. We'll talk about that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I say it. Like, if you want me to say it, I say it. But yeah, and I get what you're saying, because here's why I say this piece to you, talking to my brother, because I know your heart and I know your desire. Shalom, big brother. Tore away Jesus the PD. No.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I will say this: I know your heart, and I know your desire, and
Uh,
that will happen, and but it's going to cause you to have to be vulnerable.
facts. I agree with you.
Yeah, and I stop right
negate
there.
that. Yes, sir. I agree 1,000% with you. And
Yeah.
I'm willing. I'm willing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Mm-hmm.
willing participant.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I so much am. But believe me, you
But
know.
to your point also, to your point, and this is a real concern for men. This is a real concern for men because you could be vulnerable to the wrong woman. We see that with
Ooh.
Samson
Yeah.
because she cut the connection.
Come on.
She, she cut the she cut the covenant. She cut the agreement, the connection that the man had with the Most High. Now she
Yes,
wasn't a
sir.
woman of covenant. And I think we as men definitely got to discern who we be vulnerable with, who we open ourselves up to.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
be, you gotta be open with the right one, and we got to discern that because they out there, you know,
Yeah.
to
Oh man, they out
those who
there.
young they out. I have a young bull, and it's crazy. All kinds of women approach my son. They old, young. I mean,
Come
so
on,
many
man.
women older than me and his
We
mom.
got the same son. We got two
Yeah,
sons. They're the
yeah.
same. Yeah,
I'm
handsome,
like,
young, handsome, strapping man.
yeah, and I'm like, you know, and he stays grounded, you know, between me and
Yeah.
mom, we keep him right. But with that being said, that's a tough. And somebody said sisters too. That's why we need to have a sister on for part two because we want to.
Part two.
I
Yes,
don't
man.
want to speak for the sisters, but we need a sister's voice concerning this matter because it's real on both sides. But to your point, to the point, we're talking about being vulnerable. We're talking about coming out from facades, masks, the whole nine.
Yes,
And
sir.
what and is there absolute science or a process to discerning? Like
You say
I
to
don't.
deserting?
Yeah, I guess discern. Am I dealing with a Delilah or do I have a Rebecca? Do I have a Rachel or a Leah? I mean, because
Facts.
golly, they one. Listen, there are many out there. They look good
Yeah, they do.
and they talk nice.
They talk nice, man. They talk nice, bro.
I just leave it at that. Go ahead, my
Yeah.
brother.
No, because Morey said something earlier. You'll know them by the fruit they bear. You'll know
There,
them by their fruit.
there it is.
There it is. You will know them by their fruit.
Mhm.
Listen, and people
So we need
can't
to
hide.
watch them more, is what you're saying.
God, you can't hide for long.
Yeah.
You can't hide. I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't hide for long. Get there.
Mm.
Be honest. You can't hide for long. Because if you got one of the daughters of Sarah, the Most High, he gonna either show you her or he gonna show her you. Come
Mm.
on,
Mm.
you best believe that.
Yes, sir.
But let me get back to that mask, man.
Yeah.
You can't walk to the altar with that mask,
Nah, you don't belong there.
and you won't get far with it. You can't.
Mm.
If you do marry somebody that got a mask, it won't. It sometimes it comes off it'll come off in the wrong way.
Mm.
It'll come off in the wrong way and blow up the whole scene and blow up
Hmm.
everything. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And if you two are not grounded, it can send you backwards.
Yeah.
It can send you backwards. And I
Hmm.
tell my young women, I say this to my young sisters, whom I dearly love. I pray y'all hear me. And I pray this to our older women. I pray y'all hear me. Wait on the Most High. Don't let your body put you in a rush. Don't let your feelings rush you. Don't let your emotions rush you. Wait on you, the Most High. Wait on Him. Wait on Him. Don't get discouraged in waiting. Tell me, man, do this for me. You remember when
You know, I got
Elijah
some
was?
I got some thoughts on that weight piece. Go ahead, my
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. What do you
Go
say?
ahead. I said, you know, I got some thoughts on that weight piece. What it means to really wait on the
Well,
Most High.
let's go there first. Let's go there first.
Well,
Okay.
my thoughts.
Yeah, please.
Okay. And it's funny, my brother Torway is on there. We had some conversations this past weeks, and I'm not gonna get ahead of him on that because he's gonna bring that piece out. The one thing I will say, Rebecca, we'll use our foremother Rebecca. Rebecca was about her Rebecca was about her father's business, or the business of her family.
Yes, he was.
You know
She
what I'm
was talking.
saying? Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, the man will come when you least expect it. A man that means things of that nature, whatever. When he's looking okay, like we'll talk about you per se. You're vetting. You're in the vetting process. You're looking. You're watching, and in peeping and watching, you're looking for certain things that fit what you need. And with that being said, that dear sister may not even know she's being watched. Rebecca didn't know she was being watched. Only thing she knew is Eleazar asked her for something to drink. Not only did she give Eleazar something to drink, but then she took care of his cattle and everything else. So everything that Eleazar was praying for his master to get, because he knew what kind of family Isaac came from.
Yes, sir.
He's like, she fit the bill, she fit the criteria, she's suitable for my master.
Yes.
And so I guess what I'm saying is, the daughters got to be busy about their father business, not so busy trying to be ready for the man.
Ooh, that's beautiful, Ak. That's beautiful.
But that's what she did.
Yeah, but you flipped it. You flipped it, and we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. But she was prepared.
Yeah.
Remember, he said, "Go to my father's house." He said, "Man, promise me you're going to go to Canaan, man. Swear to me.
Mm-hmm.
Swear to me that you only go to my father's house to get a woman." That lets me know when Eliezer put his hand under his knee and told him, "I swear that I'm gonna go to your father's house only." See, Abraham knew how his women were raised, and how they were taught, and how they were trained. You know what I'm saying? We are the women that have girls need to get back to training them in a mindful, modesty way, training them not to be bad bees, bad hoes. You know what I'm saying? But to be righteous women.
Lord Jesus.
That's being real. I tell my daughters, I said, don't go out here looking any kind of way. I have to stay on my 21-year-old. I said, I know you think you look fine and all that, but you better tone that junk down. Because I'm not raising nobody to look like that or act like that. Now she's been in that word, she's been doing it. I said, we got a ways to go. Come on. I said, I want to see it on you. But see, when I see it on you, I'll know. But right now, we're not worried about no dude. This is me teaching her. We ain't worried about that. I need you to get in this word. I need you to get your mind wrapped around this word. I need you to secure your mind in this word. Because a man don't want no woman that can't pray and can't do what he do. So the scriptures say he's going to send him a helper like unto himself. So if that man is prepared and he's praising God and he's dependent on God and he's worshiping God, he needs you to be like him. And what do you say? So let me get the precept on that. Let's go over to Sirach. What is it? 7 and 26, 25. He said, you have to get a woman after your own mind.
After your own mind, yeah.
Quit chasing the women that don't have your mind. They got the body, they got the looks, but they don't have the mind. Quit wanting a man that don't. If you worshiping the Most High, you serving and you're leaning before him. Quit wanting a man that don't have it. So what, he look good? So what, he got fringes on? So what, he know all the lingo? So what, he know the language? So what, he know the precept? You better look. You better ask the Most High to reveal and show you. You gotta slow down.
Slow it down.
I told her slow it down. I said, dude, you ain't. I told her, man, you know how I talk to them.
Yeah, I know. I know. You talk to my daughters the same way.
Yeah, all of my babies, man.
All of them get it.
My girls over there, I love them, and I love my girls. I think I'm a little harder on mine.
Yeah.
I know how their mother was. Their mother was a woman of perfection. You know what I'm saying?
She had an excellent spirit.
Carried her way. She had an excellent spirit. She carried her way a certain way. And I said, don't mention me. I said, what would your mama do? How your mama act? I told her to me. I said, don't come here with no pity party. You know your mama didn't allow no pity parties.
Yeah.
Why y'all trying to push it on me? Get your mind right. Come on.
So to that, so when you talk about the sisters,
yes,
that from a today standpoint, like we brought up our foremother Rebecca. We brought up Rebecca.
Love Rebecca.
You talk about hospitality and things like that, Sarah. Yes. 3 angels rolled up on Abraham's. Abraham's like, yo, red water. Sarah's like, word, man, I got to jump from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm
grab a kid. Grab a kid.
To the point, and I'm not even going to get into Ruth. Like I said, I'm going to wait my other brother out because we talked about that. We're not even gonna get into Ruth. There's so
Yeah,
much to Ruth with that. That's a whole
yes,
other
sir.
thing. But with that being said, today,
Yeah,
what does that look like in Israel today? A woman that is quote unquote waiting, because you got some daughters of Zion. They got an excellent spirit about them. We even talk the ones
yes.
in our assembly that we talk to and counsel with, and we talk to them often. What does the waiting process for them look like while they're waiting to be found by the right man?
You brought it out just a minute ago about Rebecca. She
Mhm.
was working. She was tending about her father's business.
Yeah, but
She was
let's bring it
taking.
up today.
We
Today,
breaking up today. Are you
yeah.
working? Are you preparing yourself? Are you dedicating? Are you studying? Are you ministering to yourself? Or by what? Getting in this word? Are you doing that? Are you taking care of your body? Are you taking care of your mind? How are you building yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
How are you constantly doing that? I know, do you work? Do you have a business? What's going on with you? Because you could be doing a number of things instead of pondering and pandering and waiting for a man. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But when the right one comes, is he gonna find you?
Yeah,
Doing,
doing.
doing, doing. That's the key. Doing. Because our King said, when I find faith upon the earth. The faith is
Mhm.
the obedience to be doing what he told us to do.
Oh,
Go
whoa,
into all
whoa,
the
whoa,
nations.
whoa, 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 whoa. Back on up with that one.
Yes,
Go
sir.
when you
I'm
said
not there. Go ahead,
when the
Frank.
who come,
When the king come,
let's walk that because that's key.
that's
Go ahead.
key. When the king come, will he say, will I find faith upon the earth? Will
Will
I
he,
find you being obedient
will he
to the
find the bride?
yeah, we
Doing
find a bride, obedient bride.
right. We look at that just as a nation, but that's
Uh,
literally how a man finds a woman.
come on, man. Come
She
on. And let
she
me say this.
busy. Go ahead.
I'm so no, she busy. Go ahead. You finish that, please. You finish
She
that.
busy doing what she is called to do or living her life from a like okay, I can only speak from personal experience. My wife was not looking for a man when I came to her.
Huh.
It's almost like a man came at an inconvenient time. That's how much she was living her life. Like
Yes, sir.
and it wasn't. And I'm not saying that we had everything in tow and everything intact. What I'm saying is, but that's what that looks like. Whether you in school, whether you are in business, what were you doing when the man noticed you? Because you got to be somewhere where he noticed you. And
Huh.
I'm just gonna keep it about. A lot of us don't notice our women in quote unquote church.
Woo. Yes, you right.
I, I'm just gonna be real. Don't stone me, Israel. Don't stone me.
Yes, yeah, you're right, Aki. You're
Yeah.
right. Keep moving with that because you know what I'm saying. You have to understand. Even when Jacob wasn't prepared, he didn't learn what he needed to be until he went after his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go there and learn to work and prepare for his women that he had.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, his
Mm-hmm.
mama sent him there,
Mm-hmm.
and on his way there, he started to learn the Most High.
Yeah.
And when he got there, he learned him anyway through the things he suffered
Yeah.
because he was put to the test to
He
get
had to
his
build.
wife.
He had to build. Yeah.
He had to build, Aki.
Yeah. He couldn't. He didn't just get right there and get her right away. He had to work,
Yeah,
prepare.
God. But I
So
missed the thing. Go ahead.
so then while he was working and preparing, what was Rachel doing? What was Leah doing?
They were working. They worked their father's place.
Yeah.
They were working. They were
Mm,
doing. They didn't know Jacob was coming.
mm-mm.
It wasn't no Instagram and it wasn't no text message to tell you I'm coming. Uncle didn't even know he was coming. Wasn't none of that. Wasn't no text. I'm gonna send you a two-way or I'm gonna send you an email. It wasn't none of that. His mama sent him there.
Mm, mm.
They go to your uncle's house. He could have stayed there and learned with his daddy.
Yeah.
But I need you to go out and I need you to learn this. Most High was setting him up. But most men today, let me say this: a lot of you men are scared to move on what Yah says.
Mm.
You're scared to move on what he said because it's going to take you out your comfort zone.
Phew.
It's going to take you from resting and just talking to actually doing and being about it.
Yeah, doing something.
I had to learn to shut up and do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say it, Sue. Get up and do. That's why I'm limited on what I say. Cause I get out here, man. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make moves and do what I got to do. It's things that. And listen, man. Let me say this. I feel, man. Please, don't be hasty in every move that comes along that looks like it's y'all. Don't be hasty to choose. Don't be hasty to do. And I'm not talking about a woman right now. I'm talking about things I had to learn. Look, I've been in sales for so long, and I told my brothers, I said, I'm taking a break. I don't want to do sales. I'm burnt out. Blah 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 blah.
Yes, you did.
I said, I'm in straight up customer service right now, and I'm doing fine. And you know, but that thing in me that knows I can make more money by selling. But I told myself, you burnt out. We need a break from. We've been doing this for almost 30 years, Sue. And I'm tired of trying to convince people. I'm tired of trying to convince people. I'm telling my brothers this. but when you get a spark every now and then of something, you don't want to rush into it because you can do it. Slow down. I didn't have my on this job. These people going nuts on me, going crazy on me, cussing me out, and I had to learn. I had to pray. I said, "Abba, help me." So I've been having better days because I learned to settle myself down. Because it didn't start that way until I start getting these thoughts about, you know, start my agency back up or do this. We can make money. We ain't got to deal with this. I mean, I told myself, "Shut up." We gonna wait on the most high.
So you counting the cost right now?
Count the cost, Aki. Yes, sir. Go with that. You got it.
Yeah. Sister Deborah said something in the chat, man. She said the reason why a man find a wife, he find a good thing, is because she was already a wife. She was groomed, prepared before she got with the man, and that's what we talking about. That's what does that look like?
That's beautiful, Sister Deborah.
Yeah. Because
that's Rebecca, Sister Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
That was Sarah. Do you know the scriptures say you are the daughters of Sarah if you do what Sarah done?
Yeah. Okay, I gotta say, I know, my brother. I be trying because when I be talking to we be talking about stuff, but you know, my brother James, my brother JP, he said we were talking and it came. I don't know if he said it or I said it. I'm gonna say he said. I know he referenced Orpah. He referenced Orpah in the book of Ruth. And it led to the thought, and I don't know if he said the thought or I said the thought in conversation, but there's not enough Naomi's to deal with the Ruths and Orpahs.
So
beautiful. What Sister Deborah is talking about. And so
beautiful. Hold on, man. Let me big up JP. Big JP. That was great.
I said to him, I'm gonna wait on him. I said to him, hold on, let me say this. I'm tossing right back to you. I said to this, I'm gonna wait on him out of respect for him in that and let him bring forth whatever he gonna teach, because I'm like, man, me and Soup might really need to jump on this because this is really what's needed. Sister Deborah just said she's groomed. All right, enough. I toss it to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep going.
Oh, I was saying I toss it to you to Sister Deborah's point.
Man, that's
groom. And is it for a man to groom a woman to be a wife? That's not for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's not our job.
Yes, sir. And my prayer is, this is my prayer. I'm being transparent in that. I have girls in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Their mom is gone.
Yeah.
I would desire someone that has the same mind as me, that would love them like I would love them and train them like I try to train them, you know what I'm saying, and be what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are damaged, they're hurt.
Yeah.
And I can't be the woman, but I try to be everything I need to be for them. I show that they know they can come get anything from their dad. They know I would do anything for them. But it would be a blessing to have a woman that thinks like I think, moves like I move. We put everything together. We go do this. We go buy some land. We go do this. We go do what we got to do. And we train these kids up and train these women up. You know what I'm saying? And we continue to one flesh and continue it out to our people. And we continue to push it out. And then we can talk about having meetings, bringing people in from abroad and everywhere, and start schooling and start delivering and start helping teach our people. and really care and love on our people, hug our people, and impart to them this wisdom and this knowledge and this understanding. It's just like the Most High said, what I gave you is not just for you.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Let me say this to my brother, because he in the chat full of JP,
Yeah.
and it might be for you to be quiet, my brother. And I say that to you as my big reason why is because I think it just if you keep trying to fill the space that you're not called to fill, if you keep trying to fill the space that you're not called to fill, it does not leave space for the sisters to fill it. Does that make sense?
Bro.
In other words, there's some sisters that can fill it. We just got to step aside. Like I told my wife years ago, I said, "That's my son. I love him. I'm gonna make him a man. I'm asking you to step out the way, and I'm asking you out of respect because I really don't need to ask you. So either you step out the way, or I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway, and you're not gonna be happy. But I promise you, if you let me have him, because I love him, you let me have him, you're going to love the results." And she loved the results. And so when you talk about
Beautiful.
that, I think sometimes because we as men, we know what we're looking for, we know what we desire, but to groom a daughter to be what she needs to be for a man,
it's a hard thing, bro.
That's not for us to do.
That's just a hard thing. I can't, that's what I told her. I'm not your mama.
Yeah.
I'm not your mama. I can't do it all like that. But back to what you said with your young man, I love that because I love Bears Ruach. I love Bears Ruach. That's my man right there. That's my nephew. I love him dearly. He's gonna make somebody an excellent husband because of what you and your wife put in him, but mainly what you taught him. See, our sons think we're super hard, but we just want the best for you. Like I talked to my son, I said, "Listen, man."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Listen, man." I said, "Listen here. I'm teaching you to be prepared to be a husband.
Mm-hmm.
I like the groove you're in right now. You're building, you're working. You got an excellent job now. You need to learn how to save money. You need to learn how to put this back. I'm showing you how to build your credit." I said, "Just be patient." I said, "This is my son's issue. The patience part is hard for him."
That's all of us.
Yeah, it's hard for him. It's real hard. I said, "You got to slow down, dude."
Yeah.
I said, "Why you call me? I'm at work, sir. What's up? You know I'm gonna answer." He said, "Dad." I said, "Why you sound so frantic? Calm down. This is what you got to do. Let me give you this wisdom. Let me give you understanding." I said, "You can't think like that. You can't feel that way. I'm teaching him how to keep his emotions in attack as a young man. I want him to learn how to master them now because so they won't rule and govern him." You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him the words. I'm sending him affirmations in the morning. I'm sending scriptures to him. I said, what did I teach you? What did I tell you? What did I send to you? Like, "Oh, this what this said." Yeah, I need to hear it. So that by hearing, you know what I'm saying? I need you to hear it as well. You know what I'm saying? I want you to build your emo now. I want you to be that way. I'm glad you got a great company. He worked for Toyota. June worked for Toyota. And I'm like, dude, that's a job, man. I wish I had that job your age.
Yeah.
Making all that dough and all that bread. I said, but now it's time to be responsible.
But to your point with that, who are you saying that to?
My son.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because when it comes to our sons, like I feel like I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to all my kids, especially when it came to discipline and stuff. You know, I told my daughters they're beautiful. I have beautiful daughters, but they're not. I would always tell them, "You're not that pretty to me, where you can act ugly and not get dealt with." But anyway, you know, and that was to keep myself grounded because my daughters could easily have me wrapped around their finger. They could easily beat when their dad like that. You know, it is your father. You ache for your daughter. What was Brother Pryor talking? Let me see. He said, "We are living in a time where a man can tell a woman in need and desires." Naomi was desperately needed. Naomi was desperately needed because her husband and her sons. Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna get to that, Brother Pride. The reason why I'm saying, and I'm literally about to get there. The reason why I'm saying this is because you had that conversation with your son, and I'm sure you're going to have that conversation with Jordan. I only have one son. Yeah, my son feels like this. He's the baby of the family, but he feels like he's the oldest child because I when it comes to, you know, we post stuff to the chat for the girls, the wife, the daughters, it's optional. Read this, but for my son, it's an order. If I say read this, you study this, you read this. Why? Because I mean, even now, my son, you call him the bear. He's a big boy. I'm not scared of him, but I tell him, read this. This is how you move. When I'm not home, you're in charge. So if
Yes.
anything
Yeah.
goes down or happens, the
Yeah.
first one I'm coming to is you. I'm not going to your mother.
God,
I'm
say
not
that
going to
again.
your sisters. No,
Yes.
no. If things go bump in the night and I'm not there, you are the first one, the first line of defense. And so
Yes.
it's understood. Like he's
Yes.
trained.
Yes.
Now, when you talk, but that's a father-son relationship. We train
Yes.
them. Now, when you talk about to JP's point, and this is what I'm saying, we might need to step out the way and let
Yes.
a daughter of Zion deal with the young daughters because they have an understanding about. I think like my wife trained my daughters. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, most
the
definitely.
son, because her son, like okay, like Gene Moray, he went through this where mom would call him the Hermione Precious or whatever, little nickname and cute stuff. But the daughters felt like I think your wife may have felt this, like Gene probably got a little bit leeway with
That's
mom.
a boy.
Yeah, because that was
I
the
get the
boy.
same kickback. I get the same
Yeah,
kickback right
yeah.
now.
And it's crazy. And it's crazy because the daughters tend to think that too. I'm like, wait, I play favors with my son? Like, are you
Like
kidding me?
you let Jude just go anywhere. Jude went out
Right.
the state. Jude
But
went
I'm
to
saying,
Florida. Yeah.
right. I'm saying that to say this. When it comes to the daughters, if the
Yes.
woman doesn't step up and train the daughter,
Yes, ma'am.
and so
Yes,
it
sir.
may be for us as men that we do step back. Like, okay, you said there's going to be a part two to this, right?
Yeah.
I think part two need to be where we have a sister in the chat, or that comes on the link, and we now get what the older woman would say to the younger version of herself, like we just did with Secret.
Yes.
And we can ask these similar type questions to get a female perspective, to get this information out, to start getting some Naomi's to train these Ruths. Because we
Yes.
have some Naomi's. I know a lot of our sisters in the chat, Sister Tasha, Sister Soldier, aka Sister Tracy, Sister Deborah, they got word in them.
Yeah.
I'm Moray's wife. My wife, she's subtle. She don't like to be out front, but she's very subtle with what she do. She's very subtle. We need to have this dialogue from a female standpoint because we got two men. We know what men should do,
God.
and we have
God.
an idea of what we desire from women.
Yes.
But to actually train a woman and what this process looks like from a female standpoint, it would be nice to have a female step up and have this talk and be transparent and honest.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you talk about this. Hey, JP, let me say this to you. When a woman, when you have a strong woman with young women, when you have that Naomi, you know what I'm saying, or that Ruth, my wife was a strong woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't no pushover, but she was sweet though.
She
was sweet
was.
She was sweet when she needed to be.
I would tell her you're not as tough as you act. Said, okay,
So,
Sean.
but I see things that the Most High has put in these kids that she put in them. She trained her daughters.
Yeah.
I dealt with my sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And my sons, I dealt with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like even with Jordan now, Jordan is so business minded. It's crazy. I said, he's like, yeah, Dad, I made $200. I said, hey, what? Huh? What? And then he said, I'll talk to you. I got to finish this. I'm like, this dude he's 16 years old. And
got his own stuff going.
Yeah, he got his own stuff going. And
Mm-hmm.
he's not sitting back waiting. He's using what I gave him.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him an idea. And he's like, and I said it again to him. I said, man, you could be making so much money. I ain't gonna bother you no more. You don't want to do nothing. The next thing I know, he had it cracking. I said, dude, he said, yeah, I did that, man. Woo, woo. Now I got this going on. I got that going on. And I'm waiting on this other dude to call me. And I'm gonna have this. I'm like, wow, son. I said, man, just build on that. Don't let that go. I said, now you have the skills to do what you need to do. I said, just listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you this word and I'm gonna give you my experience. And we're gonna push on and make it. We're gonna definitely push on and make it.
Yes, sir. Anything
else before we go out?
Nah, man. I enjoyed you being transparent tonight. I know that the family posted a picture of sis on the chat and just seeing her, and then the way that tonight went. I thank you for allowing me to, I guess, in a sense, dig at you.
Yeah, man, it's all good. You my brother.
Yeah, but just because you have a heart for this, and if we could talk about where old Suk is and young Suk is, um,
Yes, sir.
really bring out some practical lessons and stuff. So I appreciate you allowing me to use you and you being vulnerable and transparent.
Yes,
Before
sir. No problem.
the chat was on fire. Shout out to everybody
Yeah.
that was in the
Shout out
chat.
to the chat. Shout out
Shout
to
out
the
to the
chat,
chat.
man.
The
Please
people
share
that
this. Please
came.
share this, y'all.
Yeah,
Please
please like,
share
share,
this.
and subscribe. We welcome your feedback. We don't profess to have everything right. We
No, no,
don't.
not
We
by
don't
any
know
means.
everything, and we never will. We're learning this as we go. Only thing we know is that we love Israel, we love our family, and we want to see our family grow. And it cannot grow without man and woman, and it
Yes.
cannot grow and you without man and woman. You can't get family, and you can't get community without family, and you can't get a nation without community. So that's all I got to
Oh,
say.
oh, great. Part two guaranteed, y'all willing, in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Part two guaranteed in 2 weeks. We're not going to dive away from this one. This is much needed. We're going to bring this back. Part two. Part.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
If we got a sister that's willing to volunteer, reach out to Big Soup. We want to deal with this from a lady standpoint. We need it. We need a Naomi.
Yeah, we
Now, if
got
you
Tony
young, if
Crenshaw
you don't
wife coming up
listen,
with him.
huh?
Tony Crenshaw wife is coming up.
That's right. So that's definite. Okay, well we
Yeah,
got
that's
it then.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's
because I'm
definitely.
saying we don't need nobody who ain't been through nothing. So if you are a Ruth or Oprah, you sit on the side and learn. I'm talking about a Naomi, somebody who got some skin in the
God,
game.
exactly. With some
Yeah,
wisdom, some understanding.
yeah, we need that. So
JP, you dropped me a nugget, man. You dropped me one of
yeah,
them big boulders like Bugs Bunny used to grab, man.
he
With
did.
that
He
Naomi, I'm
did.
gonna dig that up, man.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, Soup. I was like, I got to get this to Soup.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig that up tonight, my brother. Love you, man.
Yeah,
Love you
go
dearly.
study Roof. Go study Roof, man. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna
maybe
go
he
look at
started
that
something with
hard.
that. He said Oprah. I went and looked at that. I said, hold on. We got to
Yes, sir.
talk last night. That just was crazy. Okay, I digress. Go ahead, my brother. Go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
shout out to everybody. I listen. We love y'all. We appreciate you. Listen, if any of this bless you, please leave a like and a comment. Please share and please share. If this was a blessing to you, please share the channel. We love you. We thankful for you. Listen, Thursday night we're doing. No, I'm sorry. Saturday is Shabbat class.
No,
We
I
just
think we
made
are
some
on
schedule.
tomorrow.
We are on tomorrow.
Remember that video that Moray sent us?
Yes, yes, yes.
That one video. I got it pulled up. And we're gonna do a reaction to it. I think he'll hit us up on the chat. Be on the lookout tomorrow. There may be taking a deeper look on this specific video. We'll get the thumbnail and everything together for it, but it has to do. Yeah, we'll just be on the lookout potentially for it tomorrow. If it's not, you will not see an alert on YouTube or on our Chasers chat for it. So, but there's
Yeah.
a likelihood that we will be going live tomorrow at 7:30 on taking a deeper look and dealing with this specific video reaction to it, which I'm
God,
excited.
shout out to my sister, Apostle Kazak's wife. Man, I love y'all too. One of the best vegan cooks out there in the country. Shout out to my sis. Love you, sis. Tell my brother I said I love y'all.
Say vegan cooks.
Man, she doing it big, man. And look, man, that stuff look like it's so real.
Is she out here in Texas?
No, they're in Georgia. They're in Georgia right now.
Oh, okay. I'm
They're,
about to say I had to swing by. I'm a big boy, but I will eat some.
But shout out to y'all once again. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Be encouraged. Be strengthened in your Ruach by the Ruach of the Most High Elohim. We just want you to be blessed. We want you to be stress-free. We want you to walk in the Ruach. We want you to walk in the things of the Most High. We want your home to be blessed. We want your marriage to definitely be blessed. We want your kids to be blessed. We want the oneness to be synced in your house. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We want you to be synced in your house with this oneness. And we love y'all. And big y'all, we out.
Yo, we out like last year, yo.
Peace. Shalom.
Shalom.